We're live. I think we are. Hello, ladies and gents. How is everybody doing this evening? Once again, I am trying to figure out. Myself. Wait. I'm trying to go and see your comments so we can actually talk to you as we go. And I see we have Spiral 73. Which I accidentally yesterday when I set the live stream, I set it for last night. So Spirals was like, "Are you okay? Nothing's going on." And I'm like, "Oh no, I messed things up."
I saw that, but it was like 10 o'clock. So.
Yeah. All three of us gens. Oh, yay! There's 3 gens out there. And we have Mary from Vintage Camper Gal, and they are actually both from Wisconsin, representing in the house, his house. And then we have Cecilia Kitten is with us tonight as well. So hello, everybody. I hope some of you actually got a chance to watch the movie. If you did not, is actually on YouTube for free. So just search Pajama Party full movie. And Winifred and Amy Cortez is here. Hello. Hi. As always, with me are my other musketeers. You know them as How to Be Fancy.
Hello.
And Modern Retro Gal here on the YouTubes and the social media.
Yeah.
And tonight, Malian, which I'm sure I pronounced your name wrong, and I'm so sorry, is from Argentina. So I'm guessing it must be late there. I don't know what Argentinian time is, but I know that's south of us.
Look at you.
The old noggin's really ticking tonight, guys.
Geography.
Some of it. And Sarah Stevenson has joined us as well. Hello, Sarah. Hello. So we figured the perfect thing to do to kind of celebrate summer was to do a beach party movie, but we didn't want to do the one that everybody knew, so we literally picked this based on the bizarre description and the fact that Buster Keaton and drawing a blank here, help me out.
What's his name?
It's not Hedy Lamarr, but
Dorothy Lamour.
Yeah.
Dorothy Lamour were in it, so we thought that would be a super fun. So we had no idea what we were getting into with this one. And Jael kind of is a little bit of our researcher today. I threw her in last minute on this one, but she always brings it. She got the knowledge going on. So Jael, if you want to take it away. Oh, it's 11 o'clock in Argentina.
Ooh.
It's only 2 hours ahead of us. Or, well, it's really ahead of JL, but... And, no, Heather, you're in Central Time, aren't you?
We're the same. Yeah, we're the same.
Nice. All right, so JL, you want to go ahead and get us started on a little bit of the background to Pajama Party?
Sure.
Because it's the new craze, you know, to wear pajamas to a party. All the kids are doing it.
Yeah. So this was 1964's Pajama Party. This was sort of an interesting take on the beach party movies, even for this time period. Basically, it kind of had the classic cast of characters for all of the beach party movies that were done, with the exception of Frankie Avalon, although he was mentioned in the movie as like a favorite. But one thing that I read is that the character names were all different from a lot of the other movies. So it wasn't exactly like the same storyline. However, it's basically the same. This had Tommy Kirk in it as Go-Go, who was the alien. He was also probably looked very familiar to most people who were into, especially the Disney movies at that time. So he was in Old Yeller, Absent-Minded Professor, The Shaggy Dog. Annette Funicello, who was, of course, in all of the beach party movies. You had Elsa Lancaster, who is Aunt Wendy. If she looked familiar, she played Katie Nana in Mary Poppins. If you were racking your brain, like, I know that face and voice, she was Katie Nana. Harvey Lembeck, who is Eric Von Zipper from the Rat Pack, he was also.
And he's in the other, like, Beach Party Bingo, because at first I was like, do I know this movie? Have I seen this movie?
It's basically the same cast of characters, just different names.
They just named them.
Because wasn't his name in Beach Party the same too, though? Wasn't it Frankie Zipper or whatever?
It could have been similar. I forget exactly what I read. You had Jesse White as Jay Sinister Hulk. I didn't write down the other movies that he was in, but he was also a fairly famous actor of that time. I forget. Jen has a tail.
No, I know. Well, and it's funny because she keeps hitting because she's rubbing up against the computer, and Blanket Ford Adventures, who has joined us, and she's like, I love how the cat keeps making the Google chat jump to me because it's based on the sound.
Of course, we have Buster Keaton, who is very famous for his silent movie portrayals of what did they call it? The Tramp.
Mm-hmm.
He played Chief Rotten Eagle, which at this point was a very, like, politically incorrect character to have.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about that before. I mean, you have to watch these older movies with the knowledge of things are going to not be politically correct.
And, of course, like, his whole character really made zero sense.
Yeah.
Where did he come from?
An Indian and a Norwegian.
I don't know.
And the Norwegian, why their characters, like, needed to be Native American at all.
Oh?
Completely pointless. But, of course, like, you know, these are goofy beach movies. So then we have Dorothy Lamour. She was the head sales lady in Aunt Wendy's shop. A couple of, you may have caught them, you may not. Terry Garr was one of the girls. She was the second girl to come out in also the sales shop during the, like, rehearsal for the clothing. She had the yellow dress on. Toni Basil was also a pajama girl. She was the last girl to come out in the purple bikini in the sales shop. That was her, and she made a couple cameos also as a pajama girl in those scenes. So the only other sort of, like, interesting fact about the movie I could come up with was this was the first movie to introduce the new Ford Mustang.
You know what? I noticed the car too.
Yeah, it was kind of like the only sort of, like, you know, car that really made, like, a real, like, statement in the movie.
Well, it's funny because I actually noticed, not only did I notice the car, but also the excessive shots of Dr. Pepper, which made me extremely happy because I love Dr. Pepper. But I was like, it's like a product placement in a movie, and we think it's like a new thing to do, but evidently not.
I thought the same thing. I was like, Dr. Pepper, Ford Mustang, like, what's happening here? This is not before.
And it did work because I drank Dr. Pepper today. Went out specifically and bought it. And I got the retro kind, too. I'm not going to lie.
Still working, 60 years later.
Yeah, so that's kind of the rundown. If you haven't seen the movie yet and you're kind of coming in, it is probably one of the more bizarre plot lines. But basically, you've got your generic beach party cast, and then you've got Gogo, who's an alien who is sent to come down to do some intel research on Earth because they are going to come and invade in, I think it was like 6 days or something like that.
And Don Rickles. Did you mention Don Rickles? I think you did, right?
No.
Because wasn't he the head Martian right at the beginning? Or who was that?
No, that's, it has him as Jesse White.
He's in a lot then.
The bad guy. He was the bad guy next door. Don Rickles was the head guy, sorry.
Sorry. Because when it first started, I was like, I know that voice. I know that voice.
What is
Yeah.
the voice? Yeah.
But yeah, so you've got anyway.
Sorry. I always do that. I'm so bad.
So you've got, your beach party versus the beach goers versus the motorcycle gang, which FYI, the bearded rat cat guy needed to have some lines because I would have gone for him like in a hot second. Like, not speaking, I don't understand.
Okay, I'm looking him up right now.
I know. I can't remember a bearded one.
Oh, and by the way, I did look it up. Eric Von Zipper has appeared with that name in like 4 or 5 of the beach movies.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because, like, Lunk, his name in, like, all the movies is, like, Chunk or, like, Junk or, like, they all rhyme, but it's not always the same name.
And doesn't he always wear a red hat?
I think so.
I feel like.
Because he was definitely in several of the beach party films.
Yeah. So you've got a bunch of love triangles, including Gogo the alien, who is renamed George by Aunt, who is hilarious. And yeah, you just need to see it if you haven't watched it already.
Okay, let me know in the comment section below or on the side or wherever it shows up. Let me know if some of you actually watched the movie and what you thought about the movie. Ooh, everybody is very chatty tonight. I love it. I love it. So while you're thinking about that, I'm gonna go round the Raleigh. Sure, why not? Ring Around the Raleigh. You know that song, made famous by a play, wasn't it? So we'll start with Heather. What did you think of the movie?
Oh, God. I've actually seen quite a few of the beach party movies, surprisingly, but I had never seen this one, and it was definitely my least favorite. Just throw that out there. I don't know if it was, and usually I get angry with him because of Frankie Avalon, because he's so, like, demeaning and misogynist to, like, Connie, is that her name normally in the movies? Anyway, so usually I get upset with him, but I actually kind of missed him in this one. So that was one thing about it. It was really confusing because I felt like they tried to put a storyline into this one, and there were a bunch of storylines, and so that was a little confusing for me. But of course, it's still a beach party movie, so there's like amazing fashion, and I loved like the random like bursting into 60s dancing, because I feel like if I were going to dance, that's probably the limit of my dancing abilities would be like, um, so I love those things about it, and I do love like the kind of the premise of the beach party movies. I kind of love because of the time period that it was in, and the fact that you're in like the early to mid kind of 60s, late 60s, and it's like everything in America particularly is going to hell in a handbasket, and yet you've got these like the most lighthearted drive-in movies. So I love kind of the premise of that. It's almost like hipster culture today. I think there's a lot of similarities between the 60s and today. And so I think looking at all of that is really interesting. But yeah, this is probably my least favorite beach party movie. And I feel like Connie isn't in the film as much as she's in some of the others too. So anyway.
Excellent. What about you, JL?
I liked it. I mean, I thought it was silly and campy, and it's one of those movies where you go into it and it's literally just like for pure entertainment purposes. I thought the whole sort of side story of like this alien coming to Earth was kind of like an interesting take on it. I've always loved like the beach movies because that early to mid 60s like surf beachwear for girls is really like one of my favorite looks of all time. Like I love like the 40s and 50s, but for like my everyday wear, just like the high-waisted like clam diggers and capri, like the like kind of boxy crop tops, like that is like my all-time like favorite. And I'm sorry, but like some of the swimsuits, like Annette's white fringe swimsuit in the beginning was like amazing. And I'm pretty sure that Dolly has one or like a replica, like the exact same swimsuit that's vintage. I've seen her in it before. And then the orange one, I think it was like orange with
The yellow.
The fringe.
on the bottom.
Mhm.
Like they're so perfect. Like those are like my favorite like swimsuit styles of like all the vintage swimsuits, like the 60s bikini, those like one pieces are just like my favorites. So is it as good as probably some of the other beach movies? No, it's got a little bit different, um, sort of plot line to it. The other thing though that I love about it is I feel like this hardcore makes me feel like we need to bring back like pajama parties, like co-ed, like pajama parties in the backyard.
How badly did it make you want to like throw a pajama party? Like,
Yeah.
so badly.
It's
Like
the new
everybody-
craze. It's the new craze.
Great.
House and a pool, and we need to like throw on like our vintage pajamas and just have fun. Like it's like this is the best ever. So and I felt like the acting wasn't completely horrific like in some of the other beach movies. Sometimes it's just like it gets really bad and hokey, and I felt like the acting wasn't too terribly horrible this time around. So I don't know. I liked it. I mean, I look at these movies and I know it's not, like Oscar worthy or anything like that, but they're just fun to watch, and I think it's like, good for when you're like, I don't know what I want to watch, and I don't want to watch anything too seriously. You really can't go wrong with a beach party movie or a pajama party movie.
Mm,
Agreed.
I concur. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I pretty much I took it to be, and maybe, I don't know if this was, the true intent, but like the slapstick version of a beach party. Like we are literally making fun of ourselves. Because, I mean, like you said, all the plot lines, I mean, it was just ridiculous. You have this big, like, romance between Annette and the Martian, and it literally, like, if you cut it down, maybe was 10 minutes of the movie together. I mean, it really wasn't, I mean, it was so chopped up, and then you had, like, that fight scene with the wand. It's not a ray gun. That was a wand. That was a magic wand, right?
Well, Aunt Wendy's like, oh, you could be a
You're
magician.
a magician.
I love her. I want to be as delusional as that when I.
And the fact that they just kept referring to it like, this is what teenagers do. Oh, those wacky kids. What's the world coming to? And literally all they're doing is like playing volleyball and like grooving out on the beach. There's no alcohol. There's no craziness, which being like the mid-60s where like the teenagers of that period really were out like, some of them, not all of them, experimenting with drugs and starting to get into that free love kind of aspect. So you're trying, really things are loosening up. So it's just so funny because the fact, like the scene with the shop girl, and I kill myself that I keep forgetting because every time I want to say Dorothy Lamour. Like she's literally singing like, oh, look at this crazy dance. That's not the way I did it. Were we doing things wrong? And then that song at the beginning on the beach, again, is like, this is what teenagers do, I just thought it was so fun. I mean, yes, Buster Keaton's character could be very, very offensive. So again, it's like grain of salt. it's historical context to where we were at that time. But I'm just like, oh, thank God we don't do that anymore, because it does kind of take you out of, like, this whole, like, oh my God, it's friggin' Buster Keaton. But
Right.
at the same time, all I can think is, oh God, please don't cowabunga one more time. Please don't cowabunga one more time, you know?
Exactly.
And then, like, the me walk 'em, and oh my God, I was just like, no, it was painful, but enjoyable, but painful at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And yeah, like you said, I mean, all of a sudden they come up with, like, a Norwegian and a Indian that you need for a con to steal money from the place next door. And why she had all the money in a safe and every week deposit it? Why was she losing money at her dress shop? I don't understand.
Clearly, these kids all had money because they're taking a whole summer off on the beach. Why is she not charging for her dresses?
Exactly. She must have been giving them away. And so things have been pretty chatty in the comments tonight. Just kind of try to run down things. Discussion about apples and Darbor. Mary also said early on, she said about the interesting small part actors in the movie, about Terry and Tony and Michael Nader, who was in Soaps and Dynasty. Discussion about how many people love cats, except for Winifred and Amy Cortez's husband. He doesn't. It's okay. It's okay. And Spiral73 says, we need to search YouTube for Kitten Academy. Done and done. Sarah says, thanks for shout out. I'm in Australia, and it's 10:09 a.m. She's setting her hair in rollers while watching this. Who with me?
Oh.
I love that. I love that idea that we're all, hopefully you're still in your pajamas, because we're having a pajama party over here. Spirals is pretty much waiting for hers to dry. Humidity, oh yeah, girl, it's been so humid. Yeah, it's Winifred says it's 7:10. I don't know whether it says Winifred and Amy, so I'm not sure if it's Winifred or Amy or something. Yeah, so I'm just gonna shorten it and call you Wamey. We'll just combine them. You will now be Wamey. So Wamey says it's 7:10 over there, but her kids, they're too loud. She's having a hard time hearing us, so we will speak up. We can be louder than children, right? Discussion about hair. Blanket Fort Adventures, who has joined us. Hello. She oohed out loud when she heard about the car fact that JL mentioned. Mary also mentioned that opening beach dance scene, which was probably one of my favorites, I have to say. That was Tony helped choreograph that. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Sorry, I had you. Wamey said that she took a shower this morning. She's doing her hair. Wanting just to relax now. Long day, girl chat, miss having her girls. Well, you got us, girl.
Right here.
And there's some just daiquiri discussion going on. Jin Young Yang, who joined us. Hi, Jin. Says, we are looking gorgeous tonight. Thank you very much. I feel like I should go as Sunset Woman from Sunset Boulevard for Halloween. I feel like I pull it off very well. Oh, Spirals made her daiquiri with real strawberries, none of that bottled stuff. Mary has seen all the Beach Party movies. She's loved them. She watched them on Saturdays. The recipe for daiquiris. Spiral said she liked the beach blanket bingo. Mary saying she loves the kitsch factor of everything. And yeah, a lot of us, digging on the bikinis and the bathing suits and how wonderful they were for a lot of body types. And Mary says her and her cousin do PJ weekends. Spirals, you are not too old to do a PJ party. I mean, I wear my pajamas with my girls and you guys. So, Three fellows in the house. Three Stooges. I saw the bathtub scene. Ain't nobody better be walking in on me in the tub. At least of all a Martian with a wand for a ray gun, right? Um, Rin Junkie 66 says she loves us all very much and we've inspired her daily. Oh, thank you. Liking the PJs. Love the swimsuits, but I can't wear them or crop tops. And Amona, I'm not even finishing that sentence. You know what? I am now inflicting you with 10,000 seahorses.
Oh, not even please.
Not even, please. And the tiny ones that have sharp teeth. She said, I'm not even going to finish that, girl.
You know what I love, side note, I mean, sort of, it's kind of on this topic, I love about those movies is that the girls, I mean, they're dancers, so they have good bodies, but they're not like this toned, like what we would see now for a beach movie. Like, they have tummies, and they have hips, and, like, I love that when one of them bends over, you can, like, see cellulite, and, like, it's very much more of a realistic, I think, portrayal of, I mean, in a sense, of a woman's body than anything we would ever see now, like in a film. So I do appreciate that about. I know that was the body type that was in then, but I still appreciate seeing a tummy every now and then.
Yeah, and I wish you could see a variety of body shapes more representative as like attractive in both aspects, you know, male and female, because. People liking Buster's moves at the end of the movie when the credits rolled. I'm not. You guys can talk about body shapes, about your body shapes. I'm not talking about them. You all have amazing bodies. You wear it well. It contains your essence of your spirit. It is just a container to the awesomeness that is inside. Alicia said she Snapchatted Heather a few weeks ago when her fiance and her were traveling through Oklahoma, and she was super sweet and awesome to respond. They had a great time.
I hope you had fun.
Heather is very, very sweet and awesome. Even behind the scenes, she's very nice. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's supportive and cheerful and all those things.
Completely this after a while.
I mean, really. Vegan Vintage Geek, who has joined us, and Jen Sunset has come. Hello! Oh, I'm so glad a lot of you guys are out tonight. I love this. But Vegan Vintage Geek said that she watched the movie a few years ago and remembered not liking it. She doesn't remember a lot of the movie, just that she liked Tommy Kirk and Annette Funicello. Yeah, how do you guys feel about Annette Funicello?
I like her. I guess I've just always had a soft spot for her because I was like an OG Mickey Mouse Club girl. And so I always had a really soft spot in my, like, it didn't matter. Like, it's like her and Sally Field, to me, can probably do no wrong. Maybe throw Mary Tyler Moore in there, too, because I just, like, they'll always, like, have, I don't know. I just think, even though she just can't act that well, and she's just cute, she's cute, and I have a soft spot for her.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think she's necessarily like the most spectacular actress in the world, but of course, like she was the original Mouseketeer, and I think for her ability, these types of movies are perfect because there wasn't really anybody in these movies that was ever like a really spectacular actor. I mean, as far as like the main characters, and it's definitely portraying a very like segmented population of like, you know, the teenage beachgoers, surfers who, I'm just going to say it because I live in a beach town, so I can say this. They are not the sharpest tools in the shed. There are a lot of bras around here, and it's like, you know, what you see is, they're really like that. Like, they are truly, really like that. Even when they become adults, there are some really, like, I mean, there's some really smart surfers out there and like beach people, but there are some who are just not. So I think it played very well into the sort of stereotype that was being portrayed in the movie, and I think that's really what these movies were. Is it really sort of like catered to that population of like teenagers at that time, was the carefree, let's go to the beach, let's surf, let's lay out and tan, let's party, carefree sort of feeling. So I mean, I agree with Heather. Like, she's sort of in that category of like, this is like the actresses that we love and can do no wrong, and it doesn't really matter if they're fantastic actresses or not. So
I agree. And Mona, just to clarify, no, JL's not saying beach people are tools. I think she's saying
I'm a beach person.
Blanket Fort Adventure. No, wait. Blanket Fort Adventure said no. JL's politely describing bros.
That's so true.
It's true. They do exist.
That's because that's literally what they say. They don't say bro. They say it's bra. Bra. You in blue? Bra. 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 That's what they say. Not joking.
Oh, goodness. See, those are the kind of people that sometimes make me not want to go to the beach, honestly. I can't. That energy is too much. It's too much. Too much.
There's a lot of it. Not kidding.
I know. You do. R&R junkie. I was reading it like Rin Runky. Oh, good Lord. I must be having a pretty day because I'm definitely not having a smart one. R&R junkie says, Heather, I am the Amy who always posts to you on Instagram and Facebook. And she said, if I noticed some extra views on her videos, it was her. She was binge watching all day. Yay. Thank you very much.
Amy?
Watching any of us all day is a great way to spend your day.
Just have it, even if it's just playing in the background while you do other things.
Yeah. You know what? Don't skip over those ads. Just let those ads play. There's good information in those. Mona says that back in his day, her dad said they called that era the Sweater Girls era, which is so funny that you say that, because I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I go to weird places in these things, but I noticed like Annette's boobs, like when she was in the bedroom scene after she was playing with that cute stuffed animal. I want one, especially one that winks at me when I'm not looking. Heather's in on that too. But her bullet bra that she had on, how amazing was that bra?
I like almost internet searched for a bullet bra because of that scene. Like,
well, I have one, but that doesn't make my boobs look like that.
I need it real hard.
See, I think what I need is a 60s bullet bra. I have like a 50s one.
I noticed the Norwegian girl, like she was in that white dress at one point, and I was like, whew. I need one of those, but I think you're right. It's the 60s. I need one of that. I think I always look at the 50s ones.
Because I will say that I think it does a lot, because I'm... Okay, hold on. Well, no, I'm thinking I just yelled at everybody for talking about their body shapes, and now it's going to actually say something about mine. They're like, I can't do that. That makes me a hypocrite. But no, like, to enhance... like the look of certain shirts and stuff, it's nice to have like a bigger bust line to actually kind of make that enhance. And some of us have to kind of pump up the enhancement, and others of us just come by it naturally. So I just like the way that looks, especially with like the little 50s sweaters and stuff. Mona also says, atta girl Heather, so Heather's not getting any fleas tonight with the M2M Sally Fields at all. Mary asked, who else is wearing vintage nightgowns? That That's okay.
I think it is. Well, it's like a robe.
I
Mine is a repro that I actually got at Nashville Boogie from Swearing Parrot. And it's got, I'm not going to show you right now because I'd have to stand on the bed, but it's got these cute little bloomer shorts. And there was a girl in the movie that had on a pair of pajamas exactly like what I'm wearing right now. Like even with the little, it's got little white lace at the bottom. Exactly. Little bloomer shorts. It's so cute. Swearing Parrot. She makes really cute stuff.
will have to check her out. Because I think I saw something similar to the one I'm wearing as well. And I was like, ooh, because the pajamas were so cute. I'm not going to lie. I love pajamas. I have 2 drawers full. It's a problem. That and cardigans.
Yeah, same.
My weakness. And purses. And circle skirts. we won't talk about Heather's Lindy Bop shopping experience.
I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be a huge box, guys.
Let's see. Mary says, I'm so underdressed. I'm wearing Walmart PJs. No, you just have to be in PJs. Jen says she's wearing normal clothes. So normal. You're so overdressed. Yin Young Yang says she doesn't really like the beach, even though she lives in California, where there's a lot of beach. We're cracking blanket fort adventures up tonight. I love that. Mona says, fleas trumping seahorses there, Jen. Re your enhancements. Seahorses, at least they're cute. Fleas aren't cute unless they're cartoon fleas from, like, what was it, the Tom and Jerry, where they used to have the cartoon fleas in the circus. Winona says her husband would duck and cover. She wore a bullet bra. Spiral says she has a satin Dior. Doesn't know if it's vintage, though. Vegan Vintage Geek says, hello. I really liked Annette Funicello's part in the movie Thunder Alley, or is it maybe Fireball 500, where she was a race car driver. I
feel like I've seen this, but I don't know that.
Familiar.
Oh,
I have to do
I want to look it up.
I know.
My phone, so y'all.
I found your bearded man, and then I lost him. All right, so I guess I have the answer. I love Annette Funicello. They basically said, Mona says I'm looking for a bullet bra with silver spikes. I mean, she's just one of those people. I think that when you grow up with certain people that, because when you're younger, I don't think that you put that much stock into how somebody acts or how they emote or what their character is like. You're just like, I like that person. It's like you just physically and emotionally react to somebody. And I've seen interviews that she's done. I've seen her from doing stuff in her youth, like the beach parties, to stuff later on in life, and she has consistently seemed to be that same person her entire life. And I don't know. It was just, there's just something about Annette. And you can see how, that Disney and the Mickey Mouse Club, seeing that in her and picking her out at such a young age, and she didn't seem to go through that same trajectory of young child stars that we have today. So I absolutely adore her, and I'm gonna have to find out what this Thunder Alley thing is. So
I'm here. Yeah, it's Thunder Alley, 1967. Ooh, it looks good. I feel like I've seen it, though. But it's another one of the drive-in kind of movies. That's what it looks like from.
Does anybody have drive-ins by them anymore?
I do. Yeah, it's called the Winchester.
Ooh. All right, I guess we're heading to Heather's house to go to the drive-in.
You should. It would be fun.
When we lived in Sacramento, we had one.
There's a couple near. Well, there's one about an hour away, and then the other one's just maybe 10 minutes away. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the drive-in theater that was here is now where the swap meet is.
Okay.
That was a better use of the facility. Nobody asked me.
They never do.
Can make the world a better place, but nobody's asking, so,
I don't know why it's so hard to find a. Oh, here he is.
Did you find the bearded man?
I think so. Here he is.
Oh.
I have to say,
Yes.
oh, the guy I liked is kind of covered up.
Motorcycle rule for him.
See, I was kind of into go-go. I don't know.
I would be turned to the dark side.
And then there was
well, I'm sorry if that's the dark side. The dark side's not so dark. It's more
I mean, I would still
tan, really.
I would be on the back of his motorcycle, that's all.
I do love that they have girls as part of like the Rat Pack. I think and it's not like they're like making a big deal of it. They're just in, and they don't act like silly girls. Like they just act like one of the guys. I like that about the Rat Pack.
Okay, so Spirals has just asked, how to do a bouffant without teasing. You're going to need hair fillers. Get some fishnet stockings, get some either hair extensions or pillow stuffing, stuff it in there, build it up, mold it to what you like, pin it in. That's the best way to do it, and then comb your hair over it. You're going to need enough hair to do it, so hopefully it's long enough. Sorry.
Good question.
Because, the hair was great in this movie, by the way. I want to do Annette's hair with the little curls on top. But let's talk about, can we just talk about the men's bathing suits?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start with JL because she did not seem enthused by that.
No, they were fabulous. Tommy Kirk, when he first comes out in his, I felt like that was a little awkward. His seemed to show off a little more than everybody else's in the frontal region.
Like, we're talking about these?
Yeah.
These right here, right here. These right here.
Like, well, okay.
Right there, right there.
It felt like there were animal appearances in the other scenes as his. I was like, hello. I don't know. Apparently, didn't having a more difficult time keeping his cat.
Yeah, I have to wonder if, like,
I don't know if that was purposeful.
Well, there were a lot of, like, really, like, short men's.
That was the fashion.
Yeah.
So.
Which I kind of liked it, but I don't know.
I'm very curious about.
Oh, I brought out Emily. I feel like she hasn't been around lately, and look at her, she's been lurking. I show one picture of a man's bathing suit, his bathing suit, Emily, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I get a all right. Let's keep it decent here.
It's a pajama party, guys.
That's what we do. We talk about men's bathing trunks. It's so funny. You know what though? Like I said, I don't know. Like, if I was randomly on a beach and I saw a guy like wearing them, how I would react to it in real life.
I think it depends on where you're at. For instance, if I were in Italy,
yeah,
it may not be that big of a deal to me. But I think if I were like, at the lake out here, probably a different story.
I mean, It's funny. Like I had flashbacks to Viva.
Oh yeah, see? I know who you're talking about.
The well,
Are you talking about who I think you're talking about?
well, pretty much all of them, especially the one guy who had like I don't know 4 different things going on that he stripped down to like the last one. But I mean, pretty much all of the guys, and I thought it was hilarious though that they all knew nothing about men's vintage fashion. It was literally like my girlfriend bought this upstairs in the vendor room last night. But yeah, I mean, you see like a lot, a lot of.
Can I just tell you that Emily just said latex Elvis question mark? Yes. I do believe that is one of the people JL had in mind.
No.
Yeah. 2 words. 2 words.
Oi, oi.
This isn't from the movie, but this is just like some of the men's bathing suits at the time. I mean, yeah, they look really cute.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not banana hammocks.
No.
No.
I
No.
feel like it kind of puts men and women on the same playing field as far as exposure. So I kind of am okay with it in that respect because it's like, I don't know, it feels a little bit more equal in terms of exposure. But again, I think for me it would just depend on like location, circumstance, situation.
Um,
And also, I can't even imagine Brent trying to like.
well, hold on. Like these are kind of board. Like the ones on the end are kind of board shorty.
Yeah.
Like I could see him pulling those off.
Do those.
I might make fun of him for one of these.
Yeah,
Farmer
for sure.
Unless it was with like a bowling shirt, maybe that'd be okay. Fashion montage.
Farmer Tan going out there is so hardcore. If he tried to all of a sudden go that short, it would be like several spray tan trips to even that situation
um,
very like bronzed and tan, and with those you would be like, oh, nice. Real strength sunglasses.
Does Spiral 73 ask, does anybody like the early 60s bouffant ponytails? Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
That is why I buy extra hair.
Like big hair stuff going on is like I love it.
It is everything. Vintage Vegan Geek says, did you guys know that Annette for a short time made a series of teddy bears? One can find a few hiding out on eBay waiting to be adopted. And Gemma is in the UK on her night shift, and we're making her giggle while at work.
Yay.
And then we get to the men's bathing suit section. I think Uniquely Madison thinks I put the picture a little too close to the camera, according to her emoji. Morgan Marie just like pretends like she didn't even see that, because she says, what's the best product for pin curling and how long will it typically last? I do have a video on pin curling, a couple of them, so you can check those out. But I use Jane Carter's Wrap and Roll, and it does not make it sticky or oily. Mary says she is not putting those bathing suits on her man. And she also says, take it away, Jen. Mona says a Dick Tracy bathing suit. So true. So true. Spiral 73 asks what lake you are by. JL is actually by the ocean. She's in California off the coast there. So really, really big, not lake.
There are a few lakes nearby, but yeah. We're considered Central Coast. Okay. But, yeah.
Blanket Fort Adventures asked if anybody has seen the episode of Chef's Table Season 2 with the Brazilian chef. I guess he wears those kind of sim tricks. And hubba hubba. Oh, and apparently, when we were showing the pictures, Blanket Fort Adventures' fiance was right next to her when she was like, "Oh, hello."
Sorry, Becca.
Yes, and uniquely Madison says it helps that men are all well groomed and fit. And Mary says as long as the guy feels fabulous in whatever they have on, we don't have to look or can look away.
Yeah.
Sunglasses are for. Nobody knows what you're looking at.
For frizziness in pin curling, try using a little bit of argan oil before you curl the pin curls. That will help keep any of the frizz at bay. Mona says, Jen, watch where you're pointing at on those pictures. And Maylene said one of the guys looks like Barbie's boyfriend. Board shorts are fat. Oh, everybody's liking the board shorts on dudes. And also asking for hairdos from the Gidget 60s TV series. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do like a collab, like a 60s collab or something. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
And Bombshell Beauty says, hey, guys! Sorry, I'm late. That's Yolanda. She changed her handle. I like it. Bombshell Beauty. You are a bombshell, you beauty, you. Best way to age with a man is to find one who already has bad eyesight. Oh, you. All right, so we're going to go around the rosy, around the romper. I don't know what I said before. And say, what was the most ridiculous thing in this movie that you liked? That you were like, that is so stupid, but I kind of dig it. I will go ahead and allow you guys to think for a quick moment while I actually reply, and my reply would be the ray gun fights. So stupid. So stupid. All the while Aunt Wendy's like, what, stuck on the roof or something?
Not on my watch.
I got it, don't worry. Zappity zappity poof. Zappity poof. What aliens poof anything? So that was my favorite. Let us know in the comments too. There are a couple I think I do have a Betty Davis tutorial on my channel. It's a pretty good one. It's actually a really good one, I think. So I am going to go to who looks more like they don't want me to pick them. Dale.
Heather's like.
Heather smiled quicker.
I think my favorite was in the beginning when Erica Von Zipper sees the beach kids at the beach and is like, they're putting footprints on our beach while they're riding their motorcycles and laughing because most of them like could not get traction. They're like almost falling over and crashing, and it's obvious that they probably like had to do that scene a few times, and that was like the best that they could get. So they go and like, you know, crash their volleyball, and then he like is like, ah, and they get my volleyball. Like, they didn't even try to make the mannequin look real.
Just like flying.
Flying into the ocean.
Oh my God.
Like, what beach party movies are about. Like, just like absolute, like most ridiculous plot lines. But for whatever reason, it doesn't make sense. It's like, yeah, that is their beach, and they can ride their motorcycles up and down it, but nobody can step on it and make footprints in the sand.
Oh, it's so funny.
That's hysterical.
All right, Heather.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, I love the part at the very end before it goes to the credits when they're like dancing and whatnot, and then like suddenly out of nowhere a maid appears and she just like starts dancing with them. I like for some reason loved that part, and they just kept going back to her and just kept going back to her and just kept going back to her, and she's just like really getting into it. I don't know. And the same thing with oh, now you got me wanting to say Hetty. Dorothy.
Dorothy.
I love that whole little section where she's like, maybe that whole, I love that where she's like doing her little dance and then they like randomly bust out into their little 60s dances. I love that. And then I'm trying to think, there was another thing that I love the transporter, like where he just like walks up to an armoire and like sticks a radio on like a thing and suddenly, ooh, we can go to Mars. Like, I don't know, I just think that, and nobody thought that was, like, super weird or tried to, like, exploit that. No, we're just after the money that's, like, somewhere in the house. Like, none of this Martian technology crap.
It literally looks like a radio.
Yeah, I kind of want one because it was adorable, and I need it in my house, and, yeah. The other thing that I loved is at the end, like I love how they like had Frankie Avalon as like the Martian guy, and then at the end it like comes around to his face and it's like him, and I thought that was hilarious. That like, oh, I'm sorry, you're too good to be in the movie, so they had to give you like a bit part. I know, I thought it was funny, and that they referenced him in the one scene as well, like, oh, and your Frankie Avalons, and I thought that was funny. I think it's all very tongue-in-cheek, so there's lots of those little moments that I think are really, really funny and just make it fun.
I also think it was hysterical with that one girl, like the bad girl that we were talking about with the fringe, where she would just like do almost like a hula dance at one point. You know, all the flowers are like falling over, and all the guys are pretty much ooga.
I know. Or did she really not have like any speaking parts? I just felt like throughout the whole movie she was just there dancing, making all.
Yeah, agreed.
Some peoples are saying maybe we should do a silent movie next time, which is a good idea. Wuthering Heights. Some more discussion about pin curling. Jane Russell and Outlaw. Ooh, yeah.
I was talking to my dad randomly about our little movie club here, and he was like, but have you ever done John Wayne?
Oh, we have. You know what? John Wayne has been making an appearance in my life for like the past 4 days. His name has come up.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go. He was really disappointed that we had not.
Get to the spaghetti western. Don't worry.
I guess we're going to have to do one at some point, right?
We should, eventually.
Yeah. We don't want your dad to be disappointed in us.
He'll have suggestions, I promise.
Because it's the worst when one of your parents isn't mad. They're just disappointed.
Just a little disappointed in you. I thought I raised you right. Where are the westerns?
All right. So, okay. I know you guys hate the hated question, which is normally who would you take out of a movie, but I feel like with this movie, that's too easy for you guys. Because I think this movie could really survive without probably not without Annette. And everybody would say that, and then it wouldn't really matter. But who does this film need as like either a weird cameo or just as like a character in the film? And I will give you guys a little while to think about that. And say Mona is suggesting Rosemary's Baby. We can't scare Heather.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Whatever Happened to Baby Jane might be a good one. Sorry, my teeth just went on edge because I was playing with my lipstick brush, and it made like that weird like nails on a chalkboard. Movie Deist, Baby Jane and Rosemary's Baby. Yeah, I guess we do probably have to do more of like a thriller-ish type thing. Might be coming up in the near future. Um, I'm trying to think, who would I want to make a weird cameo appearance? Because I always pick on everybody else first. Um, who would be cool? Okay, this is ridiculous, but I kind of dig in the idea of having Sally Field show up, but not as Gidget.
As a flying nun. Oh, yeah, I love it. I had that thought.
There we go. Mona has said character cameo she would like either Milton Berle or Red Skeleton. Ooh, it would be the trifecta of comedians then. I like that idea. Springtime in the Rockies would mean too dark for Heather. What did Uniquely Madison? Mona, yes.
Dark.
Oh, she said.
Scary.
She said she was saying yes to whatever happened to Baby Jane, and it being maybe a little too dark for me. But then she was like, "Whoop, not Jen, Heather." I think she could do whatever happened to Baby Jane.
I can do dark, just not like horror.
Yeah.
But there's a difference in my little mind.
No popping heads off of daisies for Heather. Frank Sinatra. That's a good choice.
You're stealing my ideas over here.
And Monakita 777. Ooh, hello. That was a weird way to say hi to you, but there you go. How do you like it? I hope you liked it. It was fun. She said Red Skeleton, and yes, Sally Field, maybe as Sybil.
Oh, that throws a wrench in everything.
Well, if she showed up as Sybil, she could do Gidget, and she could do the Flying Nun.
Could be all of them.
Mary said, "How about I dream of Jeannie at the end dancing, just to her though." Carrie. Oh, we can't do Carrie. No. Heather she wouldn't show up, guys, and we want Heather here. All right. Since I picked out jail last time, now Heather.
Okay. So here's my thoughts. I think a fun cameo would be to have a famous band, because for all the music. So my thought would be the Supremes, or Beach Boys, clearly. But I think the Supremes would be fun, like, because they have that like early teenage kind of pop sound about them. I think that would have been a fun, really random cameo.
I like it. That would be. I don't know who that girl was singing that song at the beginning about this is what teenagers do. But I really liked her voice. I don't know who that was.
She was a singer, and she did other things. And everybody was like, yeah, she sings a lot better in the movie. But I thought she had a great voice.
Speaking of the music thing, Blanket Fort Adventures in Monakita said the Monkees. Oh, that would have been awesome.
Or
what was that, Jail?
Robin.
I was thinking that it would be funny to have the Monkees and the Beatles, because I feel like it was early enough in the Beatles that it was still sort of when they were like very young, clean cut, and sort of
like that more pop.
Yeah, that more pop, and sort of almost have like them at some point, like Battle of the Bands kind of.
Yeah, because that's one thing that they didn't do. Sometimes they have those in those movies, right?
Well, didn't like Elvis usually had some of that?
I thought that would just be like, I mean, it was like random and ridiculous, everything in the movie anyway, so why not have like this like Battle of the Bands, like if they got like double booked or something to play a party, like, I don't know.
I like the idea. I like it.
You guys, if this film were remade today, it would just be Coachella.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Madison. I wish they did like completely ridiculous movies like this. I mean, obviously it probably wouldn't do well at the movie theater, but like on like Netflix or Amazon or something like that. You
Um,
know?
if you don't mind it, what is it? The ones that were on Disney,
Like
the
like High School Musical?
well, there's a beach one. Um,
Oh.
um, I've seen them both. I can't think of what they're called now, but they were beach, and it's like dead on. I had the name of the movie in my head too, and um, but they did a really amazing job with the two movies as far as like harkening back to like the early 60s like beach party movies because the two main characters get like teleported in a surf storm back to the 60s. Um,
Oh my God, I feel like I need to watch this movie.
Kind of do too.
yeah, they were like made for Disney movies. They have like all the current like Disney
Teen
sweet,
Beach Party, is that what you're thinking of?
yeah, Teen Beach
That was
Party.
thank you,
But
Emily and Cecilia.
yeah, they really are like amazing and they just like bust out in song and dance and they've got the motorcycle gang and the beach kids and they're done really well and it was really sort of like their homage to
Those movies.
these beach party movies. Yeah.
Interesting.
I highly recommend them. Silly and campy, just like the originals, so it's not like they really tried to make it super serious or anything like that. So.
Well, it was funny. Everybody was discussing Beach Blanket Bingo because they were thinking maybe or Nancy Sinatra made an appearance in it. So I
Oh.
was looking to see if it was, and what I realized as I was looking through it, like not only did Eric Von Zipper, but like I mean people that I didn't realize that were. I mean, I know you said JL, like a lot of these guys were making their appearance in all the movies, but I didn't realize like Don Rickles was one of them. He was in a lot of them. Mike Nader again, Buster Keaton as well. And who else was the other one? I was like, what? There was somebody else. I was all like, what?
How was that?
What?
Er?
I don't know why I'm so shocked by that, but now I feel like I want to go watch Beach Blanket Bingo now.
That's a really good one. That one and Beach Party are my two favorites.
Which one?
Beach Party and Beach Blanket Bingo. Those are the two of the series I like best.
A lot of people really liking the monkeys. The Partridge Family, someone said, making an appearance. So funny. My sister's actually trying to turn her family into the Partridge Family because her and my nephew are learning how to play guitar, and he won't let her join his band. I feel so bad for her because he's getting to that age where the parents just aren't cool.
Cool.
Mona said she liked the idea of Elton John. Ooh, that would be fun. Emily says, "You're welcome. Lovely to see you ladies again. Off to read Harry Potter to Boy Child. Good night."
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that you have excellent choice in your reading materials. And yes, I'm excited about the new Harry Potter book coming out. I'm not going to lie. Oh, just She said, "How about Captain Geach and Shrimp Shack Shooters?" I have no idea. What are those words? I don't know. Who's Captain Geach? I'm Googling. You guys know?
We need like an on-staff Googler for these things.
I know. Captain. I really need, because a name like that, it has to be good.
And the Shrimp Shack.
Oh, I think it's a band.
Oh, okay.
A pop group from Jacksonville, Illinois.
How funny.
That is funny.
Oh, now I see.
Doing that thing you do. So, brief appearance. Copyright, you know. Goodbye, loves. Marlene is going to sleep. Good night, my dear. Don't let the seahorses bite. Then, Jen, look at the comments. I'm looking. Would be cool if the doctor made an appearance. TARDIS on the beach, but it would have been awesome to be 10, though. I agree with all those things. That would be only if I was on the beach, wearing my tennis shoes, prepared to run. Elizabeth Taylor Hotkin. Oh, a lot of good suggestions for movies this time. Last time I saw Paris. It's a great song. It is a good song. All right. I'm trying to think of another, like, really good question about this movie, but I feel like, you know, it's hard to, like, come up with, like, thoughtful questions for this movie because you've seen the movie, right? Or maybe you haven't, but okay, this is the thing. Would you watch this movie again? Would you suggest, like, would you tell people to watch it?
Only if they've seen other beach party movies, I think. Because I feel like without Frankie Avalon, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And so you need to watch at least one with him, and then, yes, I would recommend it.
Excellent. What about you, Jael?
I think I would. I know it's something I would watch again. It's probably something like if I found it like on DVD, I would probably buy it just because I tend to buy all the random old movies, not the ones that are sort of like more like commonplace because I feel like those are easier to find. But when I see like the really random ones, those are the ones that I buy. I tend not as regularly as I did before, but I do tend to host like girls' night at my house, and I make everybody watch.
We're not invited. Heather, have you been invited?
No. I'm offended.
Me too. Heather, you want to have our own girls' night?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if everybody just would hurry up and move to California, then obviously, like,
see, Heather said she was going to buy the thing to go on the closet. She can just send me one, and we can just transport ourselves to California.
So
I think you just got to turn the dial to 12, and then what was the other one? You got to tune the...
I can't remember the other, like...
like, it was like the time frequency or something like that.
Yeah. And before we had kids, I would host, like, slumber parties and stuff, like, even after I was married. And I make people watch, like, I make my friends watch, like, the weird, like, random, like, classic movies. So, like, this is probably one that I would, like, pull out and make everybody watch.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And if you have enough, like, wine and other adult beverages, it becomes even more hilarious. So...
I think this is our homework for everybody watching, is that we say to all of you, get together a bunch of friends, right? Put on your pajamas, get together. It doesn't have to be a sleepover. Just get together, like put pillows over the floor and what have you. Just make a bunch of popcorn and just watch some like really kitschy, campy old movies. Or even, you know what? It's summer outside for some of us. Well, Australia's out there, so we don't want to leave them out. But, like, do it outside. Get, like, you know, project it onto a thing. Or bring a TV out there. You know, I'm not good with the technology. It's why we have Heather. I used to be really good at technology, but I started playing Pokemon Go, and I couldn't figure out how to capture them because I thought, like, you just had to hold it and like do something, and it wasn't working because I wasn't flicking. Because I was like taking my ball and like moving it up onto the Pokemon and then releasing. I got it now though. Because I'm like, all the kids are doing it these days, you know.
Hip. My day we did the hula.
I love how she tried to look mortified while she was trying to like copy what they were doing, and then she day.
Mona said Jail's a mean girl for not inviting us.
Okay. In defense, I haven't done in a really long time, and the last.
But you know she doesn't mean it because she didn't infect you with any fleas.
I hadn't even met Jen in person yet the last time I had one. It's been a while, okay? It's been a while.
Maybe if we can get Heather to go to Vegas one year. We could do that one night.
Slumber party.
Slumber party. In Vegas, if we could get Heather to go.
I know.
I don't know the talk of the swimming trunks. I'm not sure.
Oh, but we might see each other in November. Also, Mona says Where Angels Go, Trouble Follows is a good PJ movie. In every movie, Spirals feels bad for Annette, right? She always plays the good girl, and those bad girls come in, you know. Monica buys old movies at random too. Oh no! She says you're the girl because you force your friends to watch tacky movies. No, I don't think that's mean girl.
No.
I love watching tacky movies.
I tend to not take like movie suggestions, and I just invite people over and just put something on.
Yeah.
I'm like, hi, this is what we're watching.
One of my favorite bars does that. They just play like random like old movies up on the TVs at the bar.
They make the best cocktails in all of Santa Cruz.
I'm liking this idea. Yolanda said, well, R&L or Junkie says, at least Jail got her friends drunk first before making them watch it. Girl knows how to throw a party. She's one good hostess.
Lots of booze.
Not the booze. Yolanda says Gidget is good too. Gidget is actually one of my all-time favorites. And you know what's funny is after this whole, like last month it was, I think we had the conversation about Anne of Green Gables. Do you know that you cannot get it streaming anywhere? So if anybody knows where to find a streaming version of Anne of Green Gables, please let me know.
Yeah. And I mean, really, really expensive to buy still, too. Like, insanely expensive. I always check.
That's so sad. So, if anybody knows how we can easily get our hands on that, that'd be fabulous. I mean, I reread the books again because I needed the fix, but, you know, I wanted even did you see the one where, like, they grew up and they went off to the war?
Avonlea or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even wanted to see that one.
I know. She meets the older man, right? Doesn't she meet the older guy?
Yeah.
No, I really do love you. She's like, I'm with this older man and it's so sophisticated.
Gilbert was my first love.
I know.
Ew.
Gilbert and then Matt Dillon.
Mm.
And then any man that was in The Outsiders.
Yeah. Good Matt Dillon for like stupid Matt Dillon is Singles, because that is like my 90s right there. That is my life.
What was that that movie? Oh God, it was, I know we're going off topic, but that movie where the girls, it's in the 70s, the girls, it's summer camp, and two girls And Christy McNichols is one of them. I used to want to be her. This is showing my age. I know it is, and you guys are younger than me. And can't think of the other one. They make a pact to lose their virginity at summer camp. And one of them, like, hooks up with a counselor, and then one of them hooks up with Matt Dillon, and only one of them actually loses it. And it's just, oh, the drama, the drama. What is the Little Darlings? That's it. Oh my God, I love that one. Okay, sorry. That's it, right? Yeah. Oh, Cougars, Tigers. Matt Dillon was in the last season of Wayward Pines. I need to finish watching that.
Saw that.
I have seen Pollyanna. That is a good movie. Jodie Foster. Oh, no. Tatum O'Neal. That was it.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember Jodie Foster in Candlestick Shoe? Like, this really your Disney movie, Candlestick Shoe, and I can never find it. However, starting, I believe it's in September, Netflix is going to have the entire Disney catalog on it. So I'm like,
We'll have to watch it.
Candlestick Shoe was like, that made me want to be Jodie Foster. I was like, she's rad.
All right, well, oh, wow. Look at you guys. You've made us go way over time.
Stop it.
Oh, Jen, you kept asking questions.
Yeah, you and your difficult questions about beach party movies.
Yeah, we've been done like half an hour ago.
Jen, if you download, I can tell you where you can get the torrent. Please send that to me. Sorry, I got excited when it came to mind. I feel that way too. Tatum O'Neal and Christy McNichol. All right, so thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. It was so fun. We had so many of you. This was amazing. I love it. We have not decided next month's movie. It'll probably be something a little bit more in the dramatic arena, maybe thriller. I don't know. We usually talk about it right when we get off and then say, oh, we'll announce it right away, and then we're like, oh, good Lord, did you know it's the second Wednesday of the month? Usually how things go around here.
Never do that. What are you talking about?
Lies, I tell. All right, I hope you guys really enjoyed. If you're watching after this has gone live, go ahead and continue to leave your comments in the comment section below. Unfortunately, all the amazing comments that went on during the video will not show up, sadly, in the comment section below. So feel free to continue to leave us comments in that comment section. We're always keeping an eye on it. So thank you guys so much for coming out. Be sure to follow all of us on the social medias. You can find me as A Vintage Vanity. You can find Heather as
How to Be Fancy.
And Jael
Modern Retro Gal.
Ding. All right, thank you guys so much for coming by, and I will ring around the rally. Is that what I said? I don't know. And Heather, if you want to sign off.
Good night, everybody.
Jael?
Good night. Thanks for coming.
Oh, there's still good suggestions coming in.
Put them in the comments.
But these won't show up. Yay. Yes, Mary, thank you for coming out every month. We love having you. Oh, Blankenford Adventures was having a difficult week, and this made her feel better. Yay! We love that. Oh, yay! Monica's first time attending, and she had a great time. I love it. Yolanda was having a bad week. Oh, Yolanda, I know. I'm so glad everybody's okay. Little darling. Thank you, guys. Good night. We love you all. We will see you next month live, but you can see more of our faces by going to our channels. Bye. Do I have lipstick on my teeth? I might.